mind and I've directed you to this video, or you're like me who likes to go to YouTube for inspiration. However, you know as well as I do that there are thousands of YouTube clips, there are thousands of websites, there are thousands, if not millions of books, and there are thousands of businesses, thousands if not millions of individuals that state or claim that they are coaches, that they can assist us in allowing us to be that very best version of ourselves, okay? I would have to agree that we are in the space in time of absolute abundance. We have huge amount of resources, available to us, but here's the catch. Why is it that our mental health is on a decline? Why is it depression's on the way up? Why is it that anxiety is on the way up? Fears and phobias on the way up? Why is it that when we look in the space of environment, that obviously our environment is progressively getting broken down? That has been doing so for quite some time. Why is it that in regards to environment, the environment of our own personal relationships are breaking down, with divorce rates at an all-time high? When we look at our children, why are children, suffering the effects of diabetes at such a young age, obesity and sedate behaviour? Why is it when we look at our physical well-being as adults between the ages of 18 and 65, that classically, 65 to 75% of Australians here are sedate and obese, overweight, borderline obese? Why is diabetes on the rise? Why is it that the cost of stress, absenteeism, presenteeism is on all-time heights, costing us billions and billions of dollars per year? But yet, when you look at the physical, mental and emotional challenges that we're experiencing as a society, both within Australia and across the globe, we live in a land of abundance with all this education. We are living longer, but I truly believe we're living longer because of medicine. Okay, what's the answer? And I think in essence, when we talk about requirements for change for my clients, in particular, we've already spoken about a couple of themes of thinking, and you can jump onto my page and find those out. But the fourth thing that we spoke about, which I want to touch on, is around action. Okay. The reason why we have all this information, all this abundance, but yet we're on a slow, progressive decline is because we're not taking the right type of action. We talk about the definition of insanity, right? The definition of insanity is doing what you've always done and expecting a different result. Okay. A couple of weeks ago, I ran a workshop called Baby Steps to Success, and I got a couple of questions around action, which I thought it's worth sharing with you. And I've just written them down. So this in regards to action, the what, the how, the who, and some sort of more creative next steps moving forward around creating high quality action steps. So firstly, someone said to me, "Well, I take action. What do you mean? Action? Like I'm doing something all the time, over and over again." Well, that's the problem. There it is. There, you're doing the same thing over and over again. Okay, and that's what's leading to stress because you're not feeling like you're progressing. So I said, action is all about doing what you don't normally do. It's about doing what you don't normally do, and how you get to that. I'll get to the how shortly. The action needs to be designed in a way that assumes that through the very nature of repeating it over and over again, you will overcome the challenge. You will overcome the challenge just by doing that action. But I have to question your action. I can guarantee that when you think about your current action steps, you're just following a to-do list. Okay, same thing day in, day out. You're not stretching yourself, you're not progressing. Okay, speaking of stretching, this comes into the how of action. I've made some notes here. Okay, the process to assist you, one way to assist you is through the art of questioning. Okay, and I've thrown a question down here. There's two approaches you could take. There's many approaches you could take, but two approaches in creating massive action plan or a massive action step. Okay, is answering this question: what is it that I need to do that I don't want to do? I'll say it again. What is it that I need to do that I don't want to do? You can become highly contextualized. Think about that, answer that question in a context, either spirituality, relationships, finances, personal growth, career, health and fitness, whatever it is. What is it that I don't want to do that I must? What is it that I'm preventing myself from doing? What is it in the back of my mind that creeps up but I sort of push away? Generally, that is the thing that you need to be getting movement on, need to be acting on, okay? Sometimes it's like, I really need to have that conversation, but I don't want to have that conversation because it makes me feel really uncomfortable. Okay, it's that very thing that you need to do that you don't want to do. Okay, another way to assisting with action, obviously action's tied into massive amounts of accountability, and we also talk about the massive action plan, is getting a coach or someone, a mentor, someone you trust that can assist you in stretching you, okay, to make sure that the quality action steps that you take are going to lead to progression, going to lead to fulfillment, and in turn inspiration, and allow you to lead that very best version of yourself, okay? I've got around here the question around action tied into the why. Why is this so important? I think the really important thing here around the why is when you start taking action, when you start doing things that you don't normally do, you will start to bring with it a greater level of motivation, a greater level of inspiration, but more importantly, a deep level of self-confidence and self-belief. Now, it's this sense of self-confidence and belief that's tied into progression, that's tied into achievement, where through the very nature of your intention, when we spoke about perception is projection, if you don't know that, check out one of my other videos, you will start noticing people doing the very same things around you. And that's the power of influence. Okay, so think about your impact, not just with you with taking these types of action steps, but most importantly, the impact on other people, especially the people you care about. And fourthly, someone said to me, well, Dean, what's some like strategic or creative ways in which we can create an action step or actions that have a high impact and really add massive amounts of value to our lives, both physically, mentally, and emotionally? And I've made one note here, and that's get uncomfortable. That's forcing discomfort, okay? One of the main reasons why I fast, okay, is because there are so many times, 9 times out of 10, I do not want to fast. But I know whether it's a short intermittent fast or an extended fast over 2 to 3 days, I learn something new about myself, even if it's just self-discipline, okay? I know for some of my clients, whether even if we're training them, okay, that we want to take them to their point of their threshold, but not too far where you amplify too much pain, but to a point where they've stretched themselves, okay, and where they feel like they've progressed in that session versus just going through the motions. So the key message is around getting comfortable, feeling uncomfortable, okay? Doing something each day that makes you feel uncomfortable and tying that into your action planning. Okay, so I hope that all makes sense around this question, okay, around this question to do with action, okay? If you have any other questions and insights, please feel free to share me an email at dean@melbournecorporatehealth.com.au.